Good morning, Kid City volunteers. It is Tuesday morning, March 12th, and I'm doing my monthly update a little bit later this month, partially because we've been super busy and partially because I wanted it to also be a reminder that we officially launch our two services this coming Sunday, March 17th. And why that's a really big deal for kids programming is because the second service starts at 10:45 rather than 10:30. Changing a service time means changing arrival times. So I wanted to send this out right before we make that change as a reminder and as info is needed more. So I hope you guys are having a great month. We're almost halfway through March already, which I can hardly even believe. It's wonderful to have the warm weather back and snow starting to melt and people making plans for the summer. That switch in seasons is always kind of an inspiring time. So I hope you're enjoying the warmer weather and the sunshine. It's coming through my windows this morning, which is really nice. So hope you're having a great March so far. And this Sunday is the official launch of two services. So our service time beginning now is 10:45, which means your classrooms will open at 10:30. So we open our classrooms 15 minutes before the service. Traditionally, so that part stays the same. So classrooms open at 10:30. Okay, so arrival times. If you are in elementary, 252, or if you're in First Look, which is toddler and preschool, your arrival time starting this Sunday is 10:10. Okay, you have from 10:10 until 10:20 to make sure you have your room set up, you have the supplies you need, the wipes you need, your craft stuff is all in there, your videos are working. So 10:10 for 252 elementary and First Look, which is preschool and toddlers. That's your arrival time. 10:20 is the arrival time for nursery workers because you don't have anything to set up, and also check-in. Check-in station will already be set up from me at the first service. So 10:20 for check-in and nursery volunteers to arrive. 10:20 is also when we'll do our team meeting. We're going to jump back into a team meeting for at least a month or so to reconnect, be together a little bit before our morning starts, and then by 10:30 at the latest, you'll be dismissed back to your room so that you can be there at 10:30 to open the rooms. Check-in, you may be thinking, I can't come to a meeting at 10:20 because there'll be a line. You're right. So one of the things we're trying to do, that we're going to do this week is get the self-check-in station put up in the lobby. So there will be a section for the people who come in early who want to get their children checked in, whether you're volunteers or, I don't know, whatever your circumstances are, you just want to check your kids in early. There's going to be a self-check-in station for all of those families, so when they come in, if no one's sitting at the check-in table, they can use the self-check-in station and get their labels. And then the check-in volunteers will be back to the table at 10:30 to welcome any new visitors or people who would just prefer to have a little help checking their people in. I know this might feel a little awkward, but one of the issues we're trying to resolve with this change and not being able to check in earlier than 15 minutes before the service with a volunteer, one of the issues we're trying to resolve is having classrooms fill up before teachers are ready for them. So I know that there's a little overlap. If you're serving in one classroom and you have kids, you need to take them to the class so that you can be back to your classroom in time for it to open. We're always going to have that little bit of overlap at this point. I'm not sure how to resolve that. But for all of our incoming guests or attenders, we really want to try to not open rooms before 10:30. And that's really for you guys so that you have time to get set up, make sure you have things the way that they need to be, and that you are ready to be on your on game to make connections relationally with the kids, with the kids in your groups. So, as always, please be talking, the sun just got brighter, please be talking to myself and your team leaders if things aren't working or if they are working, and let us know what's working. We obviously are doing something different and new, and we're very much wanting to do things that work well for our church and our team and our community. So let us know if things are working, give it a few weeks and see what you think. So just real quick as a refresher, 10:20 for elementary and First Look volunteers, 10:20 arrival time to your classrooms to get prepped and to meet with your team. 10:20 for a team meeting and also arrival time for nursery and check-in. everybody comes together at 10:20 for a team meeting. And I didn't mention, just so everybody knows, middle school is working out their own arrival time based on what they need to do to prep. But everybody, middle school, elementary, first look, nursery, check-in, everybody together at 10:20 for our team meeting. And then 10:30, your classrooms will open up. Okay, I think that's all I have there. Just checking my notes real quick. Yes. Okay. The second thing I wanted to do is invite you to Orange Conference. Orange Conference this year is in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a 3-day conference, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Travel days will be April 30th and May 4th, right around the conference. I want to tell you a little bit about Orange Conference for those of you who might not know. It is a 3-day conference put on by Orange, by the people we buy our curriculum from. There are 19 countries represented at an Orange Conference, over 8,000 people who attend. There are 76, I wrote down some of the numbers from last year, 76 international churches show up and participate in Orange. There are 20 plus speakers on the main stage and 126 different breakout sessions for you to choose from. Everything from how to handle tough conversations in high school to how to handle children and how to support and interact with families with kids with special needs, all kinds of things that you could, more than you could even think of. It's a wonderful time to be around people who care about similar things that we do. Caring for kids, supporting families, partnering with families, and investing in the next generation. So because Life Church cares so much about our kids and about our families and about our communities, and we want to spend our resources and our time figuring out how to really do this well, we are making the investment to buy several conference tickets, okay? So we will buy your conference ticket. You will be responsible for the traveling and lodging costs, and I can give you some rough ideas now and closer after I find out if anyone's interested or how many people are interested. I shouldn't say if anyone because we already have a couple. After I find out how many people are interested, we can nail down the travel and lodging expenses together. But we really believe that Orange Conference, if you're able and if you're interested, is a great opportunity for us as a team to get together, to spend 3 days learning from people who are doing what we're doing, networking with each other, sharing ideas, hearing stories, and just being really personally and individually inspired, but also as a team really being able to align on our goals and our heart and our vision and the ways that we're going to support each other and support our families. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun because kids like fun and they have high energy and there's all kinds of resources for us. So the idea of being able to travel with those of you who are interested or able and to spend 4 days together talking and dreaming about how we can support our families, partner with our families, and invest in the next generation is a pretty awesome experience. So like I said, your tickets are $350. Life Church we have a budget and specifically for conferences for us, and we are interested in buying your ticket, and you would cover the lodging and travel expenses and meals. So let me know if that's something you're interested. I would love to take down. I'd love to take down everybody if we could figure that out. But if we even have like a group of 4 and 4 or 5 of us, and we can come back and share with you guys what we learned, I just think it would be awesome for our team, for our church, and for our community, being able to learn from others who love Jesus and love their church and their community. So wanted to make you aware of that. Let me know this week if you think, Orange Conference, I want to look into that. I'm interested, because we're going to be reserving rooms and either airline tickets or possibly renting cars. So so let me know. Let me know if you're interested. Hopefully we can take a group down, and then for those of you who can't come, we can go back and share the things that we have learned. All right, the final thing, I'll just wrap up real quick. This is an awesome month in curriculum for all of our groups. Everyone's kind of doing the same theme. It's made this month, and I know you've heard from your team leaders, and some of you may have seen the videos that I posted on Facebook at the beginning of the month, but I just wanted to show you a little, or say while we're all together, kind of like a little glimpse into how awesomely aligned Orange allows us and enables us to be. The idea of behind MADE is all about body image and all about sexuality, individuality, And it shows us really practically how the things that are happening in preschool and toddlers are setting our children up for the conversations that the elementary kids are having, and then that the middle schoolers are having. In preschool and toddlers, they're learning to be familiar with their bodies. They're learning the names of their body parts, their elbows and their knees and their chins, and they're recognizing different colored hair and eyes and skin and how God made it all, and it is beautiful. We're teaching them that they are beautiful, created in God's image, so that as they get a little older and they're in elementary school and they start to recognize, oh, these kids are different from me, and I don't know what I think about that. We talk to them about individuality and how they are unique and how God has a specific calling or gifts or talents that He's given all of us, and that individuality is a beautiful thing. So they know that their bodies are beautiful, and then when we start talking about individuality, they're building on that idea that I am good, and God made me and created me and loves me, and I am also unique. And then as they get older and they're in middle school and high school, we start talking about sexuality and morality, and they're talking about dating and building relationships and what are they physically going to do with romantic relationships. And they're having those conversations with a base understanding that, hey, God made my body, and He thinks it's awesome. It is awesome, and it has unique purpose and gifts, and I have a calling on my life. And it's on that foundation that we start talking about sharing our bodies with other people and protecting our minds and our hearts. So you can see how they're all connected, and how when we're having the conversations with the young kids, we're thinking about the conversations they're going to have later as they get older. So you guys are part of a really big team. We have about 60 kids coming to Life Church now. In all ages. We will be launching a youth group this coming fall, and I'm so excited to say we already have some volunteers lined up to participate in that. We have 60 kids. That's huge for our little church. We started 8 years ago with like my three, and Abram was barely one. He turned one after we moved here. And besides that, like it doesn't even matter how many, like just one matters and is so important. So the fact that we can partner together, be so aligned in what we're sharing and teaching, and build on each other's work to give these kids a wonderful foundation, knowing that God made them, God loves them, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever, and helping them learn how to make decisions based on those basic truths is such a cool opportunity. So I'm really thankful that I get the opportunity to lead and learn how to lead you guys. I'm really thankful that you're so supportive of me, of Life Church, and really of each other. I think we have a really beautiful community that we share together, that we're building and investing in. And I think the return, although you don't always see return with kids right away, I think the return is visible already. But there will be years and years ahead where kids will come back to you and be like, hey, thanks for being my small group leader. Thanks for showing up every week. I loved coming to church because you were there. Those kinds of things are hugely life-impacting deals. So thank you so much for making an investment in church, making an investment in each other, partnering with these families and these kids, and for supporting me as I learn and do my best to lead you guys too. So I'm really thankful that God has blessed us with each other and with Life Church and with the community around us, and I look forward to seeing what He calls us to. So praying for you guys this month. I know middle school, you've had a heavy month talking about sexuality and dating and all kinds of stuff. So I'm praying for you guys as you have these important conversations, and just excited to hear any stories you might have to share as we continue to serve together. So I hope you guys are doing well, and don't forget new arrival time starting this Sunday, and talk back to me and your team leaders and let us know how it's going. All right, love you guys.